We're going to take a look at the victory conditions for Helman Ghorst's new faction, the Caravan of Blue Roses, for the vampire counts in Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires. So for short campaign victory, we have to destroy the Poxmakers of Nurgle. They start right next to us anyway, so that wasn't too tough to do. Obviously, this is a campaign where I've already progressed a bit, but I wanted to show this off. Next, we do need to control Nagashazar, which isn't that far. We're making our way through it in this campaign, but that's kind of cool and thematic, so that's nice. And then we need to occupy, loot, raise, or sack 30 different settlements. Not too bad. And then we achieve short campaign victory, which is extra casualty replenishment for all armies faction-wide. That's a really good deal, considering, especially with Ghorst faction, you're going to be running with zombies everywhere, and you could really use that extra replenishment. For long campaign victory, you need to get short victory, and then you need 75 different settlements occupied, looted, razed, or sacked. And then you have to look at a lot more settlements controlled by you, your vassals, or allies. This is basically where the vampires start. You need to get back to the Empire and control Sylvania. So you definitely want to push in that general direction. It's a little far, but it is long campaign victory, and those settlements are definitely going to be good for you, so that makes sense to me. And then as part of that, you do need to destroy Reichland, so that's fine. But the reward for that is actually a pretty good deal. 35 extra Winds of Magic power reserve capacity. That's super handy, especially if you're going to be doing Wind of Death stuff around. Obviously, it is better if you have areas that already have good Winds of Magic. I find myself often pretty low on winds if I'm not in areas that have positive winds, because when you occupy a settlement, you obviously can't stand in channeling stance. So it's cool. It definitely means more potential for Winds of Magic, but I don't necessarily always use it. I'd like to see that maybe change to a base capacity increase of 35. I don't know. Either's fine, but it is an improvement. I think it could be adjusted slightly to be even more valuable. Then we can look at domination victory. This seems to be the same no matter who you play. Occupy, loot, raise, or sack 272 different settlements, and then you just get sweet, sweet victory. Now you'll notice on this campaign, we actually have another one. That's ultimate campaign victory. This one depends on whatever end game scenario has triggered. In our campaign, we got the Great Waa. So we have all the greenskin factions up and going. So we have to destroy all of these before we can get the ultimate campaign victory. Based on their balance of power, that's gonna be really tough. But if there are any speedrunners out there and you just want to get your campaign victory for all your factions, one thing you could probably think about doing is proccing the Pyramid of Nagash endgame scenario, and then bringing that difficulty down and bringing it early and hoping that somebody else takes care of that faction, because once that faction's destroyed, you still get campaign victory. That might be a good way to cheese this. I'm not sure. We can maybe give it a try. What do you think?